This is a poem by Carl Sandburg, Billy Sunday. Well, you'll see that Sandburg doesn't think much of Billy Sunday. You come along tearing your shirt, yelling about Jesus. I want to know what the hell you know about Jesus. Jesus had a way of talking soft, and everybody except a few bankers and higher-ups among the con men of Jerusalem liked to have this Jesus around because he never made any fake passes, and everything he said went, and he helped the sick and gave the people hope. You come along squirting words at us, shaking your fist and calling us all damn fools. So fierce, the froth of your own spit slobbers over your lips, always blabbering we're all going to hell, straight off, and you know all about it. I've read Jesus' words. I know what he said. You don't throw any scare into me. I've got your number. I know how much you know about Jesus. He never came near clean people or dirty people, but they felt cleaner because he came along. It was your crowd of bankers and businessmen and lawyers that hired the sluggers and murderers who put Jesus out of the running. I say it was the same bunch that's backing you that nailed the nails into the hands of this Jesus of Nazareth. He had lined up against him the same crooks and strong-armed men now lined up with you, paying your way. This Jesus guy was good to look at, smelled good, listened good. He threw out something fresh and beautiful from the skin of his body and the touch of his hands wherever he passed along. You, Billy Sunday, put a smut on every human blossom that comes in reach of your rotten breath, belching about hellfire and hiccuping about this man who lived a clean life in Galilee. When are you going to quit making the carpenters build emergency hospitals for women and girls driven crazy with wrecked nerves from your goddamn gibberish about Jesus? I put it to you again, what the hell do you know about Jesus? Go ahead and bust all the chairs you want to, smash a wagon load of furniture at every performance, turn 60 somersaults and stand on your nutty head. If it wasn't for the way you scare the women and kids, I'd feel sorry for you and pass the hat. I like to watch a good floor flusher work, but not when he starts people puking and calling for the doctor. I like a man that's got guts and can pull off a great original performance. But you, hell, you're only a bughouse peddler of secondhand gospel. You're only shoving out a phony imitation of the goods this Jesus guy told us ought to be free as air and sunlight. Sometimes I wonder what sort of pups born from mongrel bitches there are in the world less heroic, less typic of historic greatness than you. You tell people living in shanties Jesus is going to fix it up all right with them by giving them mansions in the sky after they're dead and the worms have eaten them. You tell $6 a week department store girls all they need is Jesus. You take a steel trust wop dead without having lived, gray and shrunken at 40 years of age, and you tell him to look at Jesus on the cross and he'll be all right. You tell poor people they don't need any more money on payday, and even if it's fierce to be out of a job, Jesus will fix that all right. All right. All they got to do is take Jesus the way you say. I'm telling you, this Jesus guy wouldn't stand for the stuff you're handing out. Jesus played it different. The bankers and corporation lawyers of Jerusalem got their sluggers and murderers to go after Jesus just because Jesus wouldn't play their game. He didn't sit in with the big thieves. I don't want a lot of gab from a bunk shooter in my religion. I won't take my religion from a man who never works except with his mouth and never cherishes a memory except the face of the woman on the American silver dollar. I ask you to come through and show me where you're pouring out the blood of your life. I've been out to this suburb of Jerusalem they call Golgotha, where they nailed him, and I know if the story is straight, it was real blood ran from his hands and the nail holes, and it was real blood spurted out where the spear of the Roman soldier rammed into between the ribs of this Jesus of Nazareth. Hallelujah.